Hi everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, it's definitely Wednesday. I don't know, 20 something. Uh late 20 something. 26 maybe. I don't know. But welcome to my yarn room. I am home. We vacationed and we camped. We camped on vacation and I didn't get much crochet done. So I'm going to confess up front. I crocheted on the way down a little. So let's start over. We went to the camper because our camping trip vacation didn't start until Monday. So we got out of work on Friday and we went to our campground where we stayed Friday and Saturday nights. And I did crochet a little there. But we were packing, and that's the reason that we went to the camper, because most of the stuff that I wanted to take to the camping trip is at the camper. So I was packing a lot and then socializing with our friends. So I didn't get a lot of crochet done, and I did not have time for a camper crochet video. So I'm sorry about that. And then we went camping to Allegheny State Park in New York. It's out by the Seneca Nation. There's a casino there. I did go. I did lose my butt. Only 200. Which I've been saving up for. I mean, I know I deal cards for a living, and I deal a lot of blackjack. I really don't like blackjack, but my daughter loves blackjack. I like to play craps, and I don't deal that game, so I don't get to be at the table very often. And you lose your money really fast there. But you know, I'm not going in there thinking I'm going to make $1 million. I go in there because I really enjoy playing that game. And they had the game where you only had to make a $5 bet. Of course I bet more than that because you bet whatever, it's the game. But I had a great time. And we played some roulette. I do deal roulette at the casino as well, but I don't get to play it very often. And they had that also for $5. I really love cheap gambling, and $5 tables are cheap. Blackjack tables were more expensive, but Amanda likes blackjack, so we played a little blackjack. And I went in there with $200. I said, that's my vacation gambling spending money for the week. And I was hoping really to turn it into maybe $250 or $300, but mostly I wanted to play for a while. And we did play for 2 or 3 hours. So that I was done, and I was broke. So there's that. We had a great family vacation when everyone was there together, and people came and went throughout the week. But when everyone was there, I think there were about 45 people, all family, mostly all pretty local to my location here in Cleveland, greater Cleveland area. But we did have one of my cousin's kids came from California with her husband, and we enjoyed seeing them so much. So Rachel and Jermaine, if you watch, hi. To all the rest of the family, if you watch, hi. And we're going to talk about, I didn't do much crocheting there. But that's one of the things we're going to talk about. But first I want to talk about my luck of the, nope. I'm not done with that one. Judy at Witch Piece Craft. Hi, Judy. Her hashtag Yarn Vacation AU. I don't think she's got a 23 on there. I think it's just Yarn Vacation AU. Anyway, I have been participating, and I finished the second blanket that I made. I was making them to give to Boggy Creek. If you remember last year, we did the collection of donated blankets. I did it with Billy, the Crafty Floridian, and my good buddy, Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. If you don't know those ladies, I will have them linked in the description box below. The last I heard, Nancy's doing well, but she's tired. I have reached out to her a couple of times, and so Nance, get that little text back on your phone. If you're watching this, if you're up to it, don't overdo, but rest. I miss you. So I just want to throw that out there. I miss you like crazy. So get better. So anyway, I am making my blankets. We were collecting. Nancy's mother got us involved in Boggy Creek Camp. It's a camp for chronically ill children in Florida, and we make blankets. They have to be 35 to 40 inches wide, 40 to 50 inches long. So I took the Yarn Vacation AU and divided it into half. So the first half, if you'll recall, what happens is we get on our broomstick, because Judy's a witch and she gave us all broomsticks, and we get to fly to where we're going. And I believe we do it. We were doing it as like a train kind of thing, you know, or a flock of flying witches across. So first we had, and I don't remember all the places that we went, but I know I started at home, and I'm in the greater Cleveland area, so I started with Cleveland Browns colors. And we traveled throughout the world to places that that Judy picked out. So the first place that I went was to meet up with Judy, and I went to the coral reef. And so this color represents the coral reef. I think this represented a carnation from somewhere. I don't remember. This was Ireland. I believe this was Ireland, with the cliffs and all the greenery. I don't remember where that is. I don't remember where that is. Oh my goodness, did I use this color 2 times? Maybe I did, because I think I used it again. And I don't remember, and I don't remember. I don't remember where the other ones. This was a flower. It was a purple flower with yellow in the very center, from somewhere. And I don't remember where I got this. I think I got this stitch pattern. It looks like this. And I think, as I recall, I got the stitch pattern. I'm going to have to go look back at some of the earlier videos. But I think I got it out of a crochet magazine. I'm pretty sure that's where, or maybe it was fiber. You know what? I think this might have been a fiber spider pattern. So this is the first one. And it's because I added the extra rows to go to Judy, and at home it was big enough at halfway through the game. And so now it's done, and it's been done. And oh, I just found a yarn end. Who would think? Then, and this is worse, but I remember fewer of the places this time than the other one. But I did finish my second one. This one is a much heavier blanket. And I know that this one is a pattern that is a Bag O' Jag pattern. And if you don't know Fiber Spider, I will link his channel. And if I can find that that stitch, I can't remember. I did work early, not early, but I did work today, and I had to use my brain, and now it's the end of the day, and I don't have much of it left, apparently. But this is the second one that I've done, and it is 43 inches wide and 43 inches long and 36 inches wide, so it's perfect. And we started, I think this was the beginning, and so we went from wherever the purple flower was to, I think the jungle of the jungles in South America. I can't remember exactly what jungle. And most of this yarn was all scrap yarn, but this was like, I think this was a Red Heart Super Saver. This was 2 different yarns that I mixed together. The gray, I don't remember what it is. The other one was an ice cream, Lion Brand ice cream yarn. And I don't remember. I love these 2 yarns together. I love the way that looks. I think it's gorgeous. I can't remember where it was for. Then we had blue. That represented another bird, I think. I can't remember. Then we went to South Dakota and we saw Madonna. So this might have been somewhere in Canada. A Starlight, maybe. And Canada. And then South Dakota, where we had to bring aliens and drink beer, because if you're visiting Madonna and you have aliens with you, you have to have Bud Light. Then, is this the same yarn? No, This is a different one. Okay, this I know is Wildflower. Wildflower, and I believe that's a Red Heart Super Saver, but the color was Wildflower. And this is the Peacocks of India. Then we went to Japan, and the pink is, again, I think it's a Red Heart Super Saver. It was something, no, you know what? This is a big twist. And it was a one skein wonder for me. I only had one skein of this. So I didn't use it all. Now it's a scrap. But this represents the cherry blossoms in Japan. And it wasn't long enough when I got done with that. So I had to come home. I didn't want to stay in Japan anyway. They eat too much fish there and raw food. And I don't do fish. So I had to come home where I could see the Cleveland Guardians, a.k.a. Indians, that you're not allowed to call them anymore. And as a 60-year-old woman who grew up with the Indians, I liked the Indians better. Sorry. Not that I want anyone to be offended. But Chief Wahoo was to be... They named them the Cleveland Indians because we had American Indian baseball player, and he was really good. And so they named him after him in honor of him. In case anybody didn't know that, but people were offended 50, 100 years later. And now we have the Guardians. And now I get to go home to hot dogs and baseball. So that is Go Guardians. Now it's long enough, so we had to come home to the Guardians. And the Guardians yarn is, don't mind the crinkle, but I used this color match that I don't know where it ever came from. Never heard of it before. But it is in a bag of other coordinating reds. They're pretty much very, very close to all the same color, but none of them are a full skein. One is, but it's a small skein. Only 190 yards per skein in these two. So I put them all together because they're pretty much the same dang color. And so these are all the tails except for one, which apparently has come out, are all woven in, and they're completely 100% done and ready to go, except for I am going to put these tags on. If you recall, I had these tags made, and that's the last thing to do, is sew these on and fix that one tail that came out. So apparently I didn't do that tail very well. Come on. Come on out of the little plastic sheath. Okay, here we go. So that is actually a QR code, and if you put your phone up and scan it, it'll take you to my channel. So that's really cool. And a friend of mine at the campground made them with her sons. They do this. And it's called Amber Ice, and they're on Facebook. There's their information right there. And if you scan this, I believe it will take you to them, where you can, if you'd like, get your own little things made. They do these mostly for baseball hats. So, I mean, caps, you know, like if you knit them or even crochet them and do donations. That's what, you know, how they have the caps with the little leather thing on there. Well, that's what these are all about. And I thought they would be cute on my blankets as well. And if I do hats, they'll go on there as well. So that's the red yarn. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the blue yarn is Pound of Love in the color navy. And this was a ball that I had already started when I made the Luck of the Draw 7. And I made that wrap. And I used that X cross stitch that I got out of the Crochet World magazine. The Afghan that they used, and I made into a wrap with Luck of the Draw. In all these, and Luck of the Draw is the brainchild of Nan from Nan's Next Knots. She just finished Luck of the Draw 8 or 7. I don't know when she, or if, I hope she does Luck of the Draw 8. I will participate. And I want to remake my wrap. It ended up in a giveaway, a donation, and I donated it to a fundraiser. And Crystal from Bag O' Day ended up getting it, which I was really nervous about, but somebody told me that she was really excited to get something that I had made, so that made me feel really good. But I love it and I want to make another one. So sorry, Crystal, you won't have a one of a kind. I think I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the same pattern because I like the colors and I like the way it turned out. And I have more of that, all the yarn. I think I have enough to make another one. So then the other thing I wanted to tell you about, I am going to put together a little video of stuff from camping. I think I have a lot of still pictures and not a lot. I have a few. So it'll be a short video. But I don't know how to do the voiceover if you're just doing video. You know, like on the... I don't know how to do that and like make it all work together. So I'm going to do some questioning of people because I want to learn how to do that and be good at it. So you guys are probably going to be my practice because when Roy and I retire and we travel, I want to, you know, do that with our travels. I know people like to see where we've been. And we're retiring soon. Well, not as soon as I'd like, another year and a half or so, but it is what it is. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was while I was camping, I wanted to make some things and little things. I just watched Joe. I had no internet in the mountains. We had to go into town. So if we went into town, then I like uploaded stuff as far as text messages, phone calls. We couldn't even make a phone call on the mountain. And we've camped there many, many times. And this is the first year. I have Verizon. And I've had Verizon since they were Verizon. And I have always, always, always been able to use my phone, at least to make phone calls anywhere in the park. Just at that very campsite that we were at. And this is the first time that I could not receive phone calls or make phone calls on that mountain. I was stunned. I have to tell you, I was totally, totally stunned. But my phone wasn't the only one that wasn't getting reception. My granddaughter found that if she stood in one specific spot on top of a picnic table, she could get reception. Otherwise, you had to go off the mountain. And I don't know why. This is, you know, the 5G networks and all the like improvements. But yet, when my phone was analog, way back then, when you had analog phone, not digital, everybody else was getting digital, and I still kept my analog phone, and nobody else could get signal, but I could get signal. And it's always been that way. I've always, always, always been able to get a reception there, and this is the first year I couldn't. I was really, really shocked. So to say the least, I did not do any videos while we were there because, except for the one short where we were just outside of town, just getting into the park, and I still had reception there. But I wanted to make some little stuffies and take them down with me, some little ammies. And I found, I was saying, I watched Joe. If you don't know Joe from Joe's Web, I'll link her in the description box below too. There's this big thing on the leggy frog. And I wanted to make something, and this is just what she said. She wanted to do something that you could get done and make quick. Because everything I've been working on are long-term projects. And I wanted something fast, and I wanted something fun. And I wanted to be able to take something that I could give away to the kids. So ammies are right in there. And I found this no-sew leggy froggy. And so I made a couple of him. And I thought, he's a cute guy. He's cute. I like him. He's all right. I made two. And I made one bigger and one smaller. And the kids took those. And then I found another pattern. And I will link these two in the description box below. But I found this other one. I used two different designers. So I don't know who made which right now. But I'll have them both linked. But I think I showed you Leggy Froggy before. But then I found this one. This is Bullfrog. And I think it might be the same designer. But like I said, I used a couple of different designers. So I'm not really sure. But this is a no-sew pattern. As well as this. No-sew. Well, you sew the face on. And that's real simple. You put it on before you stuff it. And you knot it in the back and you're done. And I really, really... This one, you don't even sew... You don't like this one, you had to sew it closed, or I single crocheted. I don't like slip stitches, so I single crocheted it closed at the bottom. And he will sit with the single crocheted bottom. You can make him actually sit. But I really liked this one better. It was not that it was any easier or harder to make. If you can make a magic circle, you can make this. Uh, but I just thought he was cuter. And so then I made this, and then I got this idea that he'd look really cute with the tongue. So then I made him with tongues. And I made several because I had also made this little bunny, and somebody wanted it, and then they left before I let them have it because it was the only one I had, and I didn't want anybody to fight over them. And I made a seal, and maybe I showed you guys these. I made the baby seal, and I wanted to make more of these because I thought this was the cutest one of all. And I love the baby seal. Oh, here's another leggy froggy. People started leaving, and I was still making, and so now I have a bunch. But I got sidetracked because one of my little cousins, and I will put her picture in over here, probably actually right here. She's so cute, little Maddie. I believe she's about 12 years old, I think. Maybe she's a little older. I'm not sure, Maddie. I'm sorry, honey. I really don't know how old she is. But she comes up to me after a day or so of watching me crochet and seeing what I was making. And she said, I would like to learn to crochet. Could you teach me? I'm like, oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. So that's why I have this one, because once I started on the round one, I gave up on this one. I like this one. I liked making it better. But this one, because making the magic circle, she's never picked up a hook before. So we're not doing a magic circle. We're going to do a chain and then crocheting around the chain. Well, she did so good. You will have seen in the picture. She was very tenacious. She just kept going at it and going at it and going at it. She could recognize the stitches. She was having trouble with tension. I told her that's going to happen. It's going to happen. I gave her a 4-weight yarn. It was a scrap. It was the yarn I was making the tongues out of. But I gave her the 4-weight yarn, and I gave her a 6mm hook. I know it's a big hook, but we started with a smaller hook, and she was having real trouble getting she's holding it too tight. So we worked on the tension, and then it would be too loose, and then we work on the tension some more. But with the bigger hook, she did better. And I mean, you're going to see her fluff all through it, but it doesn't matter. It's her first time, and I told her that. I said it doesn't matter. You're doing it, and she was doing so well. I couldn't believe it. She knew the chain, like she remembered what the stitches were and how they were put together. And on the froggy, you have to do the chain, and you chain here, and then you slip stitch on the legs, and you make double crochets on the eyeballs. And she remembered the stitches, mostly single crochet, which just makes it easy if it's all mostly the same stitch. She did great. And she really wanted to make them out of the fuzzy yarn. And I had fuzzy yarn. I mean, I could have given her fuzzy yarn, no problem. But I said to her, it's really hard to see the stitches in the fuzzy yarn, to see the V's. And she understood the V's. She recognized the V's. I said, I've had a hard time up until recently to be able to use fuzzy yarn like that, the Chanel or Parfait, they call it. This one's Premier Parfait, the Just Chenille, and so I said, I don't want you to struggle. I want you to be able to do it easily. And so I gave her the 4-weight yarn. And anyway, she emailed me. They left early. Her dad had to get back to work. So they left early on Thursday. Thursday morning, they were gone. By the Friday sometime, and I saw it Friday. We left on Saturday, so I saw the email on Saturday. But on Friday, she emailed me. She had been to her grandmother's house, who has a lot of yarn. I didn't know that. I don't know her grandmother. It's grandmother on the other side of the family. But she said her grandmother gave her fuzzy yarn, and she's making the leggy froggy in fuzzy yarn. I'm like, girlfriend, that's amazing. And she was loving it. She was totally, totally loving it. So I told her she needs to send me a picture. And I do want to see pictures. of everything that you make, actually. So I was real proud of her, and real happy for her because she's totally enjoying it. So I hope that we have a new crochet member to our crochet community. Um, and she'll probably make these little guys and give them out to her friends or sell them to them. She could do a little craft fair with little no-sew. She found the tutorial on YouTube, no problem. I'm like, you go, girl. So I was real proud of her. Anyway, Maddie, keep up the good work. And I am going to, like I said, work on another video to show you how, or show you, some of the things that we saw. I didn't take a great deal of pictures, just a few. I've been there a million times. I know what everything looks like. But maybe I'll steal some from other people that took more pictures than I did. I think that's everything I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed being back in the yarn room again. I know I did. We left camping, and I was so exhausted. I did not crochet on the way home. I did not crochet all weekend. We left the campground on Saturday. New York. We left there Saturday morning, maybe lunchtime-ish. Drove straight to our camper so we could unload all the stuff that I took from the camper back at the camper. And I used the laundromat at the campground because they have those big, huge washers. So I could wash the blankets in there and get them done. And then I brought the rest of the laundry home. But I did not pick up a crochet hook until Monday. I was just tired. The kids wore me out. And I had zero crojo, which I've never had zero crojo since I started crocheting. But I was just too tired to have crojo, which is kind of sad. But now I'm back in the swing of things. And just on that note, I'm finishing. I have the luck of the draw. I have to put in the last color and then make the handle on my, I didn't bring it up here, on my tote. And then I'm done with that. And I'm done with the yarn vacation. I have to catch up on Mad Mimi. If you don't know Mad Mimi, she'll be in there too, in the description box. But she got me on that knitting project, which I haven't picked up in a long time because I got ahead. And now I'm a week behind, I think. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to do crochet. I'm not going to do any more crochet. Oh, excuse me. When I finish these crochet alongs that I'm working on, I'm not going to do another crochet along. I'm not going to pick one up because I finished one. You know what I mean? I will do luck of the draw again, but I'm going to stay away from the crochet alongs for a little bit because my crochet time is limited and I don't want to feel like I'm stuck making something to crochet with somebody else. And I feel bad about that because honestly, I love doing crochet alongs and joining in with everybody else, and seeing how their stuff has turned out and getting help from people that are making the same thing when I can't figure it out myself or whatever. I really do enjoy doing them. But I'm going to stay away from them because I have so many things that, like I could before, when I wasn't working so much, I was able to crochet the crochet alongs and crochet my own stuff at the same time. But I feel like I'm been bogged down with them. So I don't want to do that now. I have several projects that are started that I need to pay some attention to. And so I'm going to rotate those around like I was my crochet alongs. So luck of the draw, hopefully we'll get done. We're on vacation again next week and we're just staying at the campground. Most of the time anyway. So I think I should be able to no problem get my luck of the draw done. And then I'll show it to you. And we'll have some crochet chit chat maybe while I'm crocheting on it. I want to finish my little seal because I just love the baby seal. It's so cute. Maybe I'll give out some of these. They're going to do Christmas. We do Christmas in July at the campground. Maybe I'll just give out these as Christmas gifts to all the little kids. That would be fun if I get enough made to be able to do that to some of the kids anyway. But we're having Halloween too, and I'm not giving them away for that because they get too many kids there. So I have a blanket that I started from a Hobie project. Chloe wants a summer top. Yeah, I think she'll get that for next year. Um, so I'm just kind of want to work on the projects that I've started and haven't finished. And so that's what I'm going to do. Um, I'm sorry, no more crochet alongs for a while, but that's okay. It's quite all right. And maybe if I feel bad. I'm not going to do any more of those tiles, and I liked doing the tiles. Maybe I will do some tiles, but I'm not going to try to catch up. But maybe I'll just do some random tiles from my book because that was fun. And I do have to do my Sophies. It's sitting there calling my name and my multivalents. I want to get those done too. See, that's why I don't have time for start no more. I got to finish the ones I started because I really want to. But the blankets might not the multivalents. I don't know if I guess it's a round blanket. I've seen some of my Zoom people are working on it and they're way far ahead of me. But it's really lightweight yarn, so I can work on that even at the camper outside where it's gonna won't be too hot for that. So maybe I'll work on that there too this weekend. Good idea, right? Okay, now I've rambled and bambled and babbled and blah, 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 and I'm gonna let you go because I thought this was gonna be a 15-minute video, and here I go for half an hour. Sorry, guys. Anyway, do what you enjoy doing. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for liking, subscribing, visiting all my friends and saying hi to them. Keep Nancy in your prayers. And pop over to her channel and say hi to her because I know she's going to be worried everybody's going to forget her. Like, how can you forget her? There is no way. I think that's it. That is for sure it. If not, I'll catch it up on the next video. See you later. Bye.